welcome again for taking time out of your afternoon and supporting BHI's Dementia Awareness campaign. Some people have asked us have come in, what is dementia? Well, I'm not going to explain it because we're going to launch our DVD that explains what dementia is about. The reason why BHI is doing something specific about dementia is because the BME community that have settled here for many years are now aging here, and we're looking at the services to see whether they're applicable and equitable for all. And although they're good, they're not always there for everybody, or they're not always culturally appropriate. So what BHI is trying to do is gather enough money through bid writing, commissioning and actually fundraising to develop something that's BME specific.
I'm Mick Ward. I'm the Interim Chief Officer for Adult Social Care in Leeds. I have a particular interest in dementia because I co-chair the Leeds Dementia Board.
We also have, as the highlight for this afternoon, Bupsi Brown with us. And she's been fantastic. She's actually donated her time to support this. And as we all know, when you have somebody who's in the public eye, a celebrity, somebody who's got a name or a following, it's always good when they're actually kind of putting their name towards a good cause.
I think first of all, we're all artists, and we've known each other a long time, all our lives. Yes. They've seen me grow, yes, and I've been inspired by them, their music, their vocals, everything. I was approached with, the event, and straight away for me it was like, you don't need to ask me twice, I'll run and do that, because I know there's a lot of people that suffer with dementia, and it's still not, raising the awareness, we need to push that out there. There's not a lot of people know what it's about and how people suffer with it, and I think we've all had relatives that suffered with it.
We have. I think in our community, in the black community, there are lots of families that we know that have suffered in one way or another through dementia and have not really had the right level of support because they've not understood it themselves. So I think it's really important to have events like this where we can highlight some of those issues that are specific to black communities and make it clear that we do need them to pay attention to what we're saying.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and like I said, we've had family members that have suffered dementia. I think sometimes in our community there's a veil of silence, and I'm just so glad that BHI has come up and says yes. Could we like to say, I'm not mad, them are mad, but actually, there are issues and we need to confront them, and this is a great event in order to do that.
I'm going to climb on the stage. It's not just some shorts, because I've spent all day telling my colleagues at work that I'm sharing the stage with Bupsi, so I didn't say it was at a slight different time. I might have missed that. The key bit about why we're here and dementia, and I've had the privilege of seeing the film you're about to see, which is going to articulate it a lot more than I can. But I just want to say a few things. I have the privilege in my role of chairing the Dementia Board in Leeds, and it's one of my obsessions. And I think a few years ago I started saying to people, if you don't understand dementia, you don't understand health and social care. It's actually beyond that now. If you don't understand dementia, you actually don't understand what's going on in cities, you don't understand what's going on in communities. The impact is that vital. And of course there's key issues that are particular, I think, to our BME communities. So I'm speaking here probably more in my professional hat as the chair of the board and in working in social care. But I would suggest probably three key things we need to think about when we're thinking about dementia, and particularly BME communities, which is around prevalence, about how much. Secondly is the failure of health and social care to support properly people with dementia from BME groups. But thirdly is the critical importance of communities themselves in the solution. So firstly, in terms of prevalence, it is important to recognise that there are higher rates of dementia amongst people from BME communities than in the white communities. And that's because within dementia, that includes vascular dementia, and that has a direct link to a number of issues such as heart, diabetes, etc. They're sometimes referred to as sort of lifestyle But we also know that those things are particularly higher in groups that are more separated from information, they're in groups that are more poor, groups that are where people are in deprived areas. And we know that's an area that particularly affects BME communities. But crucially, it's about what you do about it. So there's a very strong message coming out from public health, which is what's good for the heart is good for the brain.
I think it's the most human of conditions. It happens to all families, so we should all get involved, basically. There's no shame, there's no stigma.
No.
It's human, you know. We should all get involved.
I think the video is really, really important. As I think comes across really strong in the video is two messages. One of which is the importance of raising awareness amongst BME communities around dementia. But secondly, the fact that dementia services have to change to be able to support people with dementia properly. And that comes across really strongly within DVD.
My name's Heather Nelson, I'm the Chief Exec of BHI, and today we had a dementia awareness programme called Heads Up. The launch is just to make people aware of dementia and the issues. Now what BHI will be doing is developing our programme, which is specifically for Black African Caribbean elders who are suffering from dementia. If you want to know more about dementia within the Black African Caribbean communities, contact BHI, we work regionally, but also get more details, more information, more research. We need to be more clued up on the signs and symptoms of dementia so that we can care after our elders better and we are more aware of the issue.
Shall we do it? Shall we do it? Oh, let's do it. When you're down and trouble, and you need some love and care, and nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest nights. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, fall, all you got.